Jeez.
She's still laughing. She can't help it.
Got me started now, damn it. Can't stop. Okay, I'm gonna drink some coffee.
Well, Todd agrees with you.
Oh shit! Wait,
he thinks it might be a good idea to do a stream one day. Might completely change the dynamics of how you work on YouTube.
Vibrant and dynamic.
Vibrant and dynamic.
Anyway. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. And welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Oh my God, what are we doing edition?
Of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh, you touch my mind.
Is she still laughing?
Stop it.
Holy shit. I didn't know if you were laughing through that whole, like, you know, you
I
didn't
was
stop.
Giggling here or there. Oh my God. I'm dead.
Well, hello there.
What the hell? Okay.
Is he like keeping his seat warm for him or what?
I don't know. This is weirding me out, Zero. Oh my God, he's got the shades now. The hell?
Apparently, Alf wears his gear while he's gone.
Oh, I would have expected the Xenomorph Queen or something to be doing that.
Mhm. Good morning.
All right.
Yes.
we can take me off the big screen now. Sorry, when the tea's got to warm up. The tea's got to warm up. Good morning, everybody. Boy, what a way to do an entrance this morning. Holy balls. Yep, it's Monday. Weird things are happening already.
Yeah, they
It
are.
is absolutely unseasonably cold out this morning. I love it. It's awesome. So, hey, good Monday morning to you and everybody. Loki, Arwyn, glad to have you with us this morning. That's awesome.
You lucky ass. I'm in the South. We ain't got no cold,
Oh.
unseasonably cold mornings.
Oh,
Damn it.
It's hot enough to fry bacon in your shorts here.
She don't need hot weather to fry bacon anyway. That's a perfectly good thing for her to do on, say, like a Tuesday or something. Oh my God. So hey, real quick, I swore I wasn't gonna do this, but hey, hats off to Loki. 5K, brother.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Keep
you.
rolling.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. And Valhalla. Fuck
Yeah.
calm.
Mhm.
Die in battle and go to Valhalla.
They're here to here. Hell yeah.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Oh my God.
I love the calm shirt. Stay calm. Remain calm. I'm like, fuck calm.
Who cares? No. Chaos, panic, and disorder. That's what we do.
Loki, we need those on posters. Like
Somebody
for
could make it
real,
happen.
legit posters.
Yeah.
I'd hang that shit on my wall in every room. Fuck home, y'all. Let's do this.
You'd have to move all the bacon art displays out of the way, but that's all right.
I'd be a willing sacrifice
Oh,
for that.
Bacon and xenomorphs. God help me this morning.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Well, I mean, when you put it that way, it doesn't really sound too appetizing. But hey,
No.
what do I know? So the bacon's kind of overly acidic for my taste.
I have to have it in, like, I can't eat, like, God, some people could eat a pound of that shit. I love it, but I can't eat that much of it in one go. It's an accessory. It's not my main meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I would attempt to eat a pound of bacon, but I mean, I'm probably gonna have nightmares thinking about the aftermath of all that.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, don't mind us, folks. We're just working out the early morning kinks before we actually get the show going.
Penny with a 12-month member chat. Thank you so very much, Penny, for being a member for 12 months. Says congratulations on 5K. Thank you so very much, Penny.
That is
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We are going to have like a hangout celebration thing at some point where everybody comes up here and embarrasses the holy shit out of me. But
You don't need a celebration to do that.
that's true. That's true. That is very
But
true.
hey, but that sounds like something worth celebrating.
So,
Agreed. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Agreed.
no, bacon's a meal.
Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. That'd be to trigger you. Well, I
Mm.
can't eat it as much as some people can.
No, I can't
I
either.
like to enjoy it as a side dish. Maybe that's the best. Although it
so-
is really good.
So you get the bacon super crispy. Super
Mm.
crispy. I mean, like, almost
Like
black
cr-
crispy.
like crunch. Ooh. There goes my teeth.
And grind all that up and throw it in an omelet.
Ooh.
So
I
you
like it on baked
break it
potato.
all
Yeah.
break it all up, crumble it, and then get it in an omelet.
That sounds nice.
Oh yeah, the omelet
yeah.
of kings.
The bacon always rises to the top of the macho omelet, baby. I'd kind of be scared about putting crispy bacon in there though, because I'd be like, shit, was that bacon or was that an eggshell?
If you really want to go full Randy Savage, take a Slim Jim, slice it up super fine, dice it, throw that in your omelet.
Yeah,
I've never tried it, but I bet it'd be interesting.
It would, yeah. It'd be the heart attack special waiting
You
for
like
you right
Slim
there.
Jims?
Snap into a Slim Jim, drive to the hospital.
Bacon's good. Sausage is good. That's
It
good
is
stuff.
good. It is
Mexican
good.
Iron Man. Good morning, sir. He says you can't eat bacon anymore.
Why not? Is
Is
it you personally, or
grease
just
or the
we
I
in general?
I didn't know I couldn't eat bacon. Bacon's not sugary. Bacon's a meat.
I'm a
Yeah.
I'm
You
a
My
drink
go.
it?
cholesterol's under control.
I mean,
So
you're not
Yeah.
drinking the bacon grease, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not
No.
like it's not like a Saturday night Arwyn special where she'd have a plate of Polish sausage with bacon and a side of bacon.
Wait, don't drag me into your kinky fantasy. Shut up, Zero.
That's
What are you
that's
talking
not a
about?
fantasy. You showed me your cookbook.
I did not. What?
3,001 ways to make bacon part of your
Oh,
lifestyle.
bullshit. Fake news.
I promise, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a show this morning.
We do. Go ahead, Loki.
Well, Loki's probably thinking never again. Again. Never again.
Not these two.
No. We just
Not at
ruin
the
everything.
same time.
You know, I should have just let Alf just do the whole show today.
No, no, I don't want to talk to Al for an hour.
Oh my god. Anyway, so let's kick it into gear. What Loki intended on doing.
Okay, so back in April, I found out that the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended editions are returning to theaters, but it will be the first time they are in 4K. So this was over on Forbes. Just basically, you know what? You ad thing can go away.
Was this please tell me it wasn't an AI generated 4K upgrade.
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
So this is the same quality you're gonna get on the Blu-ray 4K discs, except it's a lot bigger. So we
Yeah.
did the IMAX, which was expensive. Unfortunately, you're talking $30-$40 just for your tickets.
Yeah.
That's for two, not one, but two.
Was that you
so-
gagging on Miley Cyrus right there? That's what I was doing.
No. No. I've been kind of back and forth the last couple of days.
Under
so
the weather there. Yeah.
Not necessarily under the weather, just
Off and on.
yeah.
Mose Menace.
We'll say man, whatever.
Anyway.
So anyway, so what we're going to talk about this morning comparatively is this 4K UHD remastering in the theater, and whether these movies still hold up special effects wise, period. Because I know you guys didn't go see this again in theaters, but I can give that, you know, what it looks like perspective, and we can get Zero's unique view on these movies.
It's a polite way of putting it.
So I'll just start out. There's something odd about Two Towers. Fellowship was jaw-droppingly, oh my god, this is absolutely epic. I can count Sauron's nose hairs. You know, when he's in Orthnak and he's sitting there, he's like, 9 riders in black. 9. You know, and Gandalf and him are going back and forth. You can literally see up his nose and see all his nose
Oh my
hairs
God.
and count them.
Right.
I mean, every strand of hair, every eyebrow that's like pew, 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 pew off of Christopher Lee
Oh my god, I love it.
as he's playing Sauron. It's beautiful. There's nothing whatsoever that took me out of that movie, from the fight to the Balrog to that scene with Gandalf and Sauron when they fight in Orthnak. Everything to the end when Boromir's, you know, laying there dying, and some dude beside me was like crying. I mean, he was literally like, and you're like, I always get the weird ones when I go to a movie. I don't know. But this time I got the cry guy, and Eris got the burping, farting, smelly guy. That was in
Oh
like
my
a
God.
no sleeve.
Oh
Well,
god.
Oh.
she ended up taking the wrong seat, so technically I got her seat, so she took the wrong seat, And then when the people came by and they were like, "These are our seats," she was like, "Oh my God, I'm on the other side. Okay, I'm sorry." So she gets on the other side, and there's this, big, like 450-pound dude with like ripped off t-shirt, and he's like, with his arms, with his and Aries is like, right? I get the cry guy, she gets the big, giant, smelly guy, who's like, we're sitting there, and he's like, and you're like,
God, really? Like common friggin' sense, guys. Come on. What kind
not
of
kidding.
Like what kind of disgusting yahoos? I mean, if there was ever a point for me to prove that, this kind of fanatical fanfare attracts all sorts of different
Arwyn shows up for the first time in the movie, and it's like, oh, and she's glowing white. Right. Frodo's like, and then you hear,
oh God,
and you're like, and Aries is sitting there, and she's like,
oh my God, ew. That's not me digging in my bag for some perfume and spraying around me. I mean, I could not deal with that.
So technically, that should have been my seat because I always sit on the left. She always sits on my right.
I think if that was your seat, we would be having a different discussion this morning. Let me tell you about Loki's night in the slammer for punching a fat guy.
But the Fellowship was absolutely, breathtakingly holy shit. Two Towers is my favorite movie. So I should be sitting here going, a fucking tan.
Yeah.
In 4K on an IMAX screen. Gollum looks like he shouldn't be there. I'm gonna throw in my 4K. I don't think you get this feeling, but you can tell Gollum has been put in there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it was the IMAX. I don't know if it was the 4K. I don't know because I've never watched the 4K in that big of a theater ever. It's never happened. They've never done this. They've never released the 4K version. Gollum looked a little off, and I could kind of tell he's not supposed to be there.
So you're talking it was. I mean, of course, it's obvious he's CGI. Duh, we all know that. But you're saying that he physically looked like something was off. That he did not belong in that world.
It looked like when he was moving, I could tell they put him in there. I've never felt that way before.
No, it's pretty seamless.
Are we talking like blatantly obvious Jar Jar Binks or Cantina alien singer kind of bad, or is it just kind of a little bit off-putting?
It's like you just know he's not supposed to be there. The way he moves, it's the movement. Because when he's just sitting there and he's talking or he's doing the back and forth, nobody likes you. It's fine. It's when he's like crawling around and doing shit that it takes you, at least for me, it took me out.
Yeah.
It's like I could tell that he doesn't belong when he's moving. If he's sitting there or he's having a conversation with himself or he's having a conversation with Frodo or whatever, it's fine. Even when Frodo's got Sting up again, you've seen this before at the beginning of the movie. It's fine. Yeah. It's like when he's crawling around, he's like, "Hurry, hobbits." And you can just tell that
he's worked in there.
He's worked in there.
Straight up kind of budget animation problem sort of thing.
I don't think so. I think it's something to do with that big of a screen and then being remastered. Remaster. It's the movement. I think it.
That's interesting.
And I'll have to wait to see if this is like this tonight. For Return of the King. So that's the one we haven't seen yet. We'll see that tonight. And God help us, 7:30 at night.
That's going to be a long evening.
But a beautiful one. Damn.
But a beautiful one.
Love Return of the King.
depending on who you sit next to, I guess.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Stay tuned for the results tomorrow.
Well, usually it's for me, these movies are 9, 10, 9.
Mhm.
So the first Lord of the Rings gets a 9, Fellowship gets a 9, and that's especially because of the Balrog thing.
Oof.
And you know what? I thought about something. For all you D&D people out there, right, that love playing D&D, that play D&D with your pals, or that have played D&D in the past, or know what, playing a game like that with your group is like. Gandalf's like the guy that told everybody to run in the final dungeon, beat the legendary boss, and walked out super OP with a legendary staff and a legendary robe.
Mm-hmm.
He got all the freaking goodies from defeating the final boss solo.
Yep.
Nice.
So true.
Nice spec job on that one.
Damn.
Good luck on seeing Return of the King, but not Return of the Queef.
Oh my God. Tell Eris to take some air freshener with her just in case.
Oh yeah, some
the guy
spray.
is back. I'm not kidding.
God.
If somebody is going to be that, this is the way I see it. If somebody is going to be that obvious about farting and burping, not even trying to hide it, that they have a right to be their area anyway, sprayed with air freshener perfume.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, get yourself a nice little spray bottle, load up some rubbing alcohol and some cayenne pepper, and the next time he lets go a left cheek sneak, I say, let her rip, baby.
Jesus, during Lord of the Rings, come on, dude, have some respect for your space.
Yeah.
The only weird thing that happened at Fellowship was the people next to us were kind of talking a little bit, and one of them, when you see Galadriel for the first time, you heard this guy's girlfriend go, "That's not the one off the TV, is it?" And he's like, "Oh, it's the same." And she's like, "That's not the same character."
Oh
He goes,
my
"No, that's the same
God.
character." So they were talking about
Wings of Power.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even I know that's not the same thing. There's no comparison whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Ugh.
No,
So-
it's like comparing a beautiful wedding cake to like the hard as rock piece of wrapped pound cake that's been sitting in the convenience store for 3 weeks. No comparison.
A lot of good mental images today. That's awesome. Yummy.
I mean, come on.
Mark's got it. The Balrog rolled a 1, and Gandalf rolled a D20 and critted, and yeah.
Love
Wow.
it. Love it, Mark.
Love that crit damage, baby. I could see him in his big wizard hat up there too. Watch me proc the shit out of these noobs.
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. Blah, blah, blah. D20, bitches.
Still absolutely amazing. The Balrog looks absolutely excellent. There's nothing there. There's no telling that was done with CGI or anything like that. You just can't tell.
Well, let
It
me
looks
ask
that
you
damn
this.
good.
Did the 4K give you, because you're already a massive Lord of the Rings fan, did it give you a new appreciation for these films? Or was it just the appreciation is already there and it was just more beautiful? It was more,
It's more beautiful.
More beautiful.
Fellowship was all just like, I mean, I had my glasses on, the good glasses. I
It's
wanted
like
to see
I'm
every
there.
single detail. You don't, nothing takes you out of it except Two Towers. Every once in a while, Gollum took me out of it. And I just would be like, he doesn't look right. He's not moving right. It's almost like there's something there and maybe it's because I've been watching these on, a 60-inch TV this whole time. I don't know.
That's such a super heavy Gollum film. The Two Towers is really where we meet him. He becomes part of the cast, so to speak. You know what I mean? It is very Gollum heavy. Fellowship, not so much. But
I kind of feel like they had enough on their plate with Fellowship anyway.
If he comes back and there's any gas whatsoever, I'm gonna tell
You shall not gas.
Tell that guy, you shall not gas.
Oh my god.
I am dead. Please film that if you do.
Yeah.
Please.
We've got the same seats.
Oh,
So
shit.
yeah, seats 17 and 18. Row J. We have the same seats for all three movies. We made sure because we wanted the same seats. So if
Nice. Yeah.
if they come back, and it was packed. I mean, wall to wall nerds and I guess trailer park trash.
It's a very pardon the pun, but it's a very wide fan base you have there.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Well, I
Loki
think it's
versus the
great
Balrog.
that
The
all
Balrog.
kinds can enjoy Lord of the Rings. It just shows you how it just crosses barriers everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Put a sinister look on it.
Watch Loki start a grease fire.
God.
Jesus.
Sir, I would kindly remind you to secure your flatulence.
If you said that to him, I would just lose my shit.
I
He'd be like, what? Secure my huh?
I gotta see that fat bastard sitting there going, I fart in your general direction.
America's going down the tubes. Now we have Frenchmen sitting next to us in our movies.
Control thy butt cheeks, sir.
I don't like French pastry. I don't like the French. I like butter and lots of it. Oh, that was a wet one. That's going to leave a stain.
Ew, no.
And the show's gone off the rails.
Dude put down 5 pieces of lamb and bread before the movie started.
Honey, I'm going to go get some more leftover popcorn. I mean butter with a side of popcorn. You want some?
Part of it.
God, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine.
Shit.
Let alone, because I mean, like if you, I promise we'll get back to the movies too, but I mean, when you see something that size gravitating towards your seat, we all have that common denominator thought going, oh crap, are we both going to be able to fit here comfortably? And then they just kind of silly putty their way into everything. And yeah, I don't know. It's gross. That's why.
What do they live on? Loki's and Eris's.
Oh my God.
God help me.
Carry that
Oof.
perfume, ladies. Carry that perfume. Trust me. I've
Oh.
done it before. I would do it again.
It's too
No.
heavy. Too heavy for
One does
perfume.
not simply fart during Lord of the Rings.
I'm telling the disrespect.
One does not simply break wind. One.
I'm telling y'all, that's just so many levels of rude.
We need Sean Bean to come in and narrate that shit for us.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know it was a 4D movie.
Oh God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 4D pounds over. Oh my.
I'm dead.
He probably was too. Something died inside of
The
him.
Balrog back to the eternal depths of the AMC bathroom. Actually, we're at Cinemark.
Oh, wow.
So
So your thoughts, possible expectations going into this evening then?
okay,
Yeah,
so
good
here's the
question.
deal. I love everything about this movie except the end of the movie. And it's not a problem. It's not something Peter Jackson did. It's not something this is not a problem that can be fixed. You have to understand, there's a lot of shit they have to wrap up. Okay.
Yes.
I literally am Jack Nicholson walking out talking to Frodo and being like, there's too many endings, kid.
Too many endings, kid.
You fade to black, and then 10 minutes later you fade to black, and 10 minutes after that you fade to black.
Yeah.
And the end of this movie is, the last 30 minutes is the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's not something I want them to fix, okay? But it is like, yeah, I know this happens to this person. And I know this happens to this person. One of the things okay, if you're going to go that long, finish Arwyn's story too.
Mm-hmm.
Because Arwyn,
Yeah.
so Arwyn and Aragorn have a son. They have a boy. Eventually, hundreds of years later, Aragorn passes away after he's like 200 and something years old. And the son becomes king. At that point, Arwyn leaves. Arwyn walks. She does exactly what Elrond said she's going to do. She winds up showing up in Hobbiton, and there's nobody in Hobbiton. It's like the hobbits have left Hobbiton for whatever reason. And this is hundreds of years after the death of Aragorn.
Yeah.
And there's a tree in the middle of Hobbiton, and that tree was grown from a acorn that Sam took from Galadriel's forest. So while they were in Galadriel's forest, it's Elebor, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the name of it, I think. Elebor, whatever it is. Sam takes that acorn from that forest and takes it back to Hobbiton and plants it.
I found my nuts.
Now, all these trees died after Galadriel left because the elves weren't there to water them.
Right.
And they needed a special elven water that only Galadriel could summon forth and all that shit to keep the trees alive. So they're all dead. There is no forest. There is no boat to Valinor. There is nothing. Arwen's just wandering for hundreds of years until she gets to the Shire and finds that tree. And that tree opens up and takes her to Valinor. That's fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Really
She ends up getting to go home and being with her kin, her elven kin. So for a final story for her, but shit, if you're gonna do it all, do it all.
I agree. I mean, I agree. They do touch on that so beautifully, but yeah, it just kind of ends with her wandering in the woods. You're right. There's more to the story there. But
I guess the question is, like, if they were to put something like that in, what do you take out of what's already there, and what do you condense from Arwen's ending to kind of fit it all together? So.
You could do a damn 5-second thing where you see Sam planting the damn.
yeah,
you know, after he gets home, 5 seconds of Sam planting that fucking acorn. And then
at the end,
seeing Arwen all in black, you know, after everything's happened, after the death of the king, and she walks into the damn tree, knocks herself out because it didn't open, and Peter Jackson's got a sick sense of humor. But, I mean, you could do it.
Yeah.
You could totally do it. So if you're going to do all the endings, by God, do her ending.
Mm.
You know, give him the damn ending. So he decided to do everybody's ending. Well, we're going to follow the hobbits home, and then we're going to sit there and float around Bilbo's house for 5 minutes while Frodo decides what he's going to go do with himself. Because Sam's married and he's got nothing to do. He's just kind of sitting on his hands. So I don't know. I'm excited to see the Return of the King. And then we're going to get to the ending, and I'm going to be like, it's 11:30, guys, at night. And I'm like, I've got 30 more minutes of exposition on what happens after everything's done.
Yeah.
But I'm going to sit there and I'm going to watch it all. Why? Because I love these movies. I love these movies. So I can't wait to get to the Battle of Minas Tirith. I can't wait to get to the Battle of the Black Gate. I want action. I want excitement. I want adventure. Give it all to me. We've never seen these in 4K extended editions. I'm just glad after 3 days of this that it's been 3 days and not a single day like I did last time. So I got my ass up at 6 a.m. one morning, got to the theater, and I watched the extended edition of Fellowship, Two Towers, and Return of the King back to back in a single day.
Wow.
I couldn't do that now because after 4.5 hours, I'm like, I don't know if I can get down those stairs.
Yeah.
I'm like, Eris, do you see the stairs? That's going to take me a minute. I'm going to go one step at a time because I'm old.
Fall down the stairs instead of walking. It's fun. Try racing your friends.
And it's sorry, I can't talk. Karis Galadon from Lothlorien, which is where Galadriel, where her and what's his face? Oh, crusty man. What's his name? Oh my God, Celeborn. Sorry,
crusty man.
He's just so old. It's how I remember him as the crusty man because he's so old. But anyway.
And you know what? Props for a 2001 movie where a woman's like, hey, bitches, this is my arm candy. Because he doesn't really say anything, and he doesn't really do anything, except say what I want him to say. So
it's my trophy dude.
Yeah, this is my trophy husband. Because I'm motherfucking
the
Galadriel.
Baddest bitch in Lothlorien. Oh hell yeah! It's all about Galadriel.
Wow.
Inner side piece. Kill him.
Inner side piece. So we had watched The Hobbit not too long ago, all three parts, and Eris like leans over in Fellowship, and she's like, Legolas is kind of like the trailer park elf, you know, because you've got Galadriel and Lothlorien, you know, you've got Elrond and Rivendell, and both of those places are like. And then you've got the wood elves out in Mirkwood in like a basement.
Oh, they're definitely sorry, Thranduil, but y'all are the rednecks of the elven world. We'll claim you because, you know, in the South, we're all rednecks too, but they definitely, oh, hell yeah. They're the wild ones. The trailer park elf.
Wow.
Why do y'all think Haldir is so? Oh my god, this dwarf's so loud. I'm gonna shot him in the dark. Hell
Y'all,
he's got a mix with a fucking redneck trailer park elf. And
y'all are giving y'all are giving Google AI a lot of great ideas for future Hollywood productions right now.
I mean, my god, no wonder he's a snob. You go, Haldir, the only elf with testosterone. You go, honey. You tell him to get the fuck out of your woods. I'm right there with you.
Get the hell out my woods, y'all. Taking my goddamn acorns again.
The dwarf is so loud, we could have shot him in the dark.
I just love that smarmy son of a bitch. My nephew and I have a long-standing kind of fun rivalry about who's better, Legolas or Haldir. I'm like, Haldir, come on. Anyway.
Sure do got some pretty ears.
Get off my lawn.
Get out of my lawn. Get out of my lawn. Damn it. Damn varmint critters again. What are they called? Yeah. Dildo bagmans and some shit. I don't know. Anyway.
Last barbecue we were at, you disrespected us. So we ain't coming over here and helping you with no kitchen fire, bitch. We'll just watch it burn.
Okay, I have to ask, how was Haldir's death in 4K? I still don't know if I've forgiven Jackson for him dying, because he doesn't, y'all.
He doesn't in the book. No, he doesn't. Okay,
but
so
I
big
love
surprise.
when the elves show up, so I'm like, whatever. He's such a hero. But go ahead.
I remember people having a problem with that, and I'm like, no, it's so perfect. It's what's needed to happen.
My
not Haldir dying.
Had a problem with it. He had a problem with it. He was the purist. He was like, no, man, it was the time of the men. It was the time of men. I'm like, but we elves.
Yes. And what he says, there was once in a line between men and elf and dwarf.
Yeah.
And we're here to honor that,
Yes.
That is like, yeah.
Yes.
Crawl out of your own asses and help us.
Exactly.
And he redeemed them. Okay. Yeah. I never agreed with Jackson or with Tolkien doing just no, fuck off. We're done. We're not going to help you.
Yeah.
No.
We want them all to come together, damn it, and fight the big bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm cool with them being there, but I didn't like that Haldir died. I hated that.
Shakespeare needs to be done in a Southern accent. To be or not to be? Fucked if I know. Anyway. All right. So yeah. That's
just
my
for
two.
the record. I never did Shakespeare in a Southern accent. I did tons of Shakespeare, and I never did it in a Southern accent. So just saying.
I think it'd be great. I'll fail to get back in your brain.
We all fake British ones really badly.
Out damn spot. Out I say. Get that dog up. Anyway, yeah. Leave it to Zero to get us off topic again. Let me bring Alf back in.
Oh my god.
Midsummer's Night Dream in Waha.
That's Georgia. It's Georgia.
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 Yaha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You won't
Hey,
find
y'all, I'm
that.
from Yaha.
You
I'm
won't.
from Yaha.
You won't find Yowhow on any map, I reckon.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get me some biscuits with that mustard sauce on it.
Where the hell
Rodeo.
is my beer?
Y'all stop. You're literally going to kill me this morning. Has anybody ever died by giggling? I swear I'm on the path.
I don't know. Do they have severe cases of like hysterical comedic cardiac
I
events?
don't know.
Is that ever actually happened before? I don't know.
I don't know.
This
I don't wanna
bitch is
die.
way too fat for you.
Fucking run, you fools.
I could imagine that too. Ain't none of you fuckers getting through this cave.
Oh my god.
Aragorn, I'm scared, Aragorn.
This is my stick. It is a big stick, and I will use it to blow your fucking head off.
We got Eragon, King.
Oh my god. So
And Frodo the Ring Bearer. Say something, my man.
I think we just created a mashup.
I want to get to Mordor. Unbelievable.
You found the ring, Frodo. What you gonna do? I'm going to Disneyland. So all in all, you enjoyed the movies.
I enjoyed the movies, even though Two Towers kind of threw me out a little bit.
Yeah. Was it just the Gollum parts that kind of stood
Just the
out like
Gollum.
that?
It was just the Gollum
That was
parts.
it. God. Okay.
Maybe I needed a gummy before I went.
Unicorn bites.
It would
Unicorn bite.
It might have made certain things funny that weren't supposed to be funny. Who knows?
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't know.
Nobody likes you. And like Full House, absolutely packed, wall to wall. People were laughing. It was all the Gollum shit. It's like everything. Everybody laughs at all the Gollum shit.
Right.
Taters, precious. You can keep your nasty chips.
Oh, yeah. That gave me a psychological complex.
Keep your nasty chips. Give us to us raw and breathe it in.
I remember seeing the first Hobbit in the theater, and I fell asleep.
Oh God, Zero.
Like-
Did you really?
Yeah, I told Loki
Okay, so
this.
tell us about this experience.
I told Loki this last week. They're great, awesome, best movies I've ever seen in my entire life. No, I saw all of them once when they came out. And yes, I have to admit, I fell asleep during every single one of them.
And your friends are the ones who dragged you to these.
Well,
yes?
yeah, because I did tell Loki it was a little bit born out of resentment because they were all kind of into the D&D stuff, and I did it with them a few times because it was cool, like the old school pen and paper stuff, right? So they were all into things like that. Be like, oh, you got to come see this. Oh, we just rented this on VHS. Yeah, you talk about 4K now, and we rented one on VHS, if you can believe that, on the double cassettes. So anyway, Fellowship of the Ring, fell asleep. Two Towers, fell asleep. Return of the King, went to see that in the theater, fell asleep. And I was so antsy when the 37 endings were playing at the end of Return of the King. I'm just singing fade to black. Oh, we're back. Okay. Oh, fade to black. Okay. All right. We're back. All right. Okay. Fading to black. All right. No, we're coming back. Like, wrap it up. Let me just clarify though. I know the entire process that it took to get each of those films made, and did they not do at least two back-to-back film?
Yes, they did two back-to-back.
Yeah. So,
Two Towers and Return of the King were done back-to-back.
Yeah. So I mean, any undertaking of that magnitude, let alone one film as huge as they were, like, hats off to them. That takes nothing away from Peter Jackson, the actors and actresses in the movie. They just kind of weren't for me. And you know what? That's okay, because I'm into shit that people aren't into shit either. I totally can see the appeal of it. I do appreciate it. I even told Loki, I don't hate these movies. I don't even dislike them. I do like them. They're just they're one of the not a franchise, but sometimes you know how you have to be in the mood
Yes.
to
Yeah.
watch something. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that way for me.
Fair.
And that was until I got to The Hobbit. Because I'm sitting there in the theater, same group of people all those years later. And it's like, oh, we have quite the journey ahead of us, gentlemen. We must prepare. What do? They sit down at a dinner table and start fucking singing songs all night. Like, get to it.
Oh my God.
The misty mountains call.
And I will say this: I have never wanted
dungeons deep.
It's all coming back to me now. I have never wanted to get up in a theater and with a Superman force punch through the movie screen more than when Gollum woke me up with his shrieking and screaming that pierced every ounce of my fucking eardrums, just doing that high pitched shit. I woke up and I was like, what the fuck is that? Shut up. I get it. It's cool. It's Gollum. He's cool. Everybody likes him. I wanted to punch him right in the mouth when he wouldn't stop screaming. So that's when everything kind of fell off after that. But to summarize as a whole, yes, I have an absolute appreciation for everything. I know the stories go back a lot of years. I did read some of the books, not all of them. So yes, I understand the broad appeal. I understand the magnitude. I understand what they did for cinematography as a whole back then. Because, you know, when those came out, it's like, holy shit, guys, this is the new Jurassic Park. Like, these are groundbreaking. And you know what? To a point they were. Yeah, absolutely. So do I hate the movies? No, I like them. I just kind of have to be in the mood to remind myself why I can understand and do have that appreciation for him. But right. I totally wanted to punch Gollum right through the fucking movie screen.
Well, he's not exactly meant to be a warm and fuzzy. I mean, he's meant to, you know, elicit some response.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it was the whole shock of just being woken up by it. And, you know, when you're in the movie theater, that shit's already loud. So when you're just kind of like, and he's just piercing your ears, I'm just thinking, oh my God. But that had nothing to do with, you know, what I liked and disliked about the movie. That was just one of those bad memories of the experience. But yeah, so as a whole, yeah, I appreciate them. I can understand everybody who enjoys these movies with a passion. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. They're just not the ones I could just sit down on a Sunday and say, oh, I'm just going to go through a couple of these. No, because I mean, obviously it's a big time investment too. You talk to Loki tomorrow after he's done going through all three. So
it is a huge time investment.
Yeah. But you know what? There are a lot of people that do marathons of that stuff too. And I think that's great. That's awesome.
Oh, if anybody remembers when I was getting those shots, how sick it, you know, and I was out for like half a week because of those damn shots. I binged all this, and I binged the appendices too, because I wanted to see how they were made again.
I love putting on the appendices, just for background. I love those.
Yep.
I never get tired of those ever.
Yeah.
And those stories and
I do want to say, because Snorter Poop has kind of made a comment up there that I kind of agreed with. There was a lot, like, I know when I say it was the new Jurassic Park, you know, obviously there was a lot of CGI in even the originals before the 4K upgrades, but I mean, you know, the presence of Gollum in that whole thing, how they made it look so lifelike back then, we were thinking like, holy shit, how do they top this, you know? But I thought when Hobbit finally came around, it had already lost the novelty factor. So I'm thinking, all right, this is cool. You can obviously do this, but what can you do with it now? You know, kind of thing. But again, I'm not the expert to talk to you about filmography, cinematography, or even Lord of the Rings in general.
Well, there is an expert here to talk to about Lord of the Rings, and that is this lady right here.
I wouldn't call me I would not call me
named after one of the characters of Lord of the Rings.
I do love it though. I do love everything about it. I mean, to me, this story encompasses high fantasy, it encompasses romance, and even high romance. And to me, high romance is not romance necessarily between a man and a woman. High romance is an idea of, there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, that's worth fighting for. That is high romance. When you take that and you could basically narrow this massive epic into a fight for survival of good versus evil, that's fucking high romance. It's wholesome and it's pure in its highest form.
Well, it's a good point.
Yeah,
because it's a very simple premise too. It's like the classic tale of good versus evil, and that's how they just made the whole mushroom cloud of the whole thing.
And it never goes out of style, and that is the problem with modern entertainment today, is they are conflating good versus evil, villain versus hero. They want to conflate all that. They want everybody to have sympathetic backstories. And sometimes you just need a villain to be a damn good villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's, because then the hero can be a damn good hero because he's fighting against someone that's worth fighting against. We love that.
Yeah.
Oh, Snorty, me too. That would be fun.
Sausages and box wine.
He's a bear. You're gonna need a lot of sausage and
he can have all my sausages. That's fine. I'll just have the wine and we'll yak about Lord of the Rings.
She's got so much sausage. Snorter Poopers will be rolling on the floor, rubbing his big bear belly, going, I can't eat another bite. She's still got 40 pounds of it left over.
You can have it all, Snorty.
But, oh my god. So Arwyn, have you seen the 4K upgrades yet, or are you going to?
I have not, probably not this time around. No, I have my little extendeds here that I put on my, DVD player, and I enjoy that. I would very much love to see them, but it's, it is what it is. So maybe next time around, hell yeah. Because I would just want that experience that, I've seen them on the big screen. But to see that, that IMAX, I'd love to see that. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's cool. Very nice.
Yeah.
As long as there isn't, someone with cut off sleeves that
the farting and the burping and the smelly guy. That experience I'll do without. I'll pass that off.
You guys like that? Watch noises I can make with my armpits.
Oh my god, yeah, it's like no.
Hey, do y'all want to hear me stand up and rub my thighs together? Check this shit out.
I don't know what was wrong with his chair, but it was like every 5 minutes.
His chair was probably begging for mercy at that point. It's like when you have those scales that tell you the way, he steps on one that goes, get off. So pray to the powers that be that you do not get stuck literally or figuratively beside such a specimen again this evening.
Oh,
hopefully not. But we have the same seats. So
I was going to say, if y'all have the same seats, chances are they have the same seats too.
Who knows? Unless
Eris, take that perfume. No shit.
Unless, fingers crossed, they're going on a different day. Who knows?
Oh, and they
could be.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. They only did this with this one. Oh my god, I'm like typing the wrong word.
The fingers you have used to dial are too fat. Please, like. So while Loki does his research there, Arwyn, what were your, if you can remember any specific experience, what was your biggest takeaway the first time seeing those on the big screen?
Oh my God, he captured Tolkien. That, I think, for me, because, hell, I love the Rankin Bass. I think it's the 78 version of The Hobbit. It's the animated one. And to me, that is the closest thing legit that we have to true, at the time, that we had to true Tolkien. Because it really honors the spirit of all the characters, the songs. I mean, it captures it in one beautiful film. And then here comes, Peter Jackson with this massive, oh my God, is this going to work? Is it not? It worked. So yeah, my biggest thing was I've just been to Middle Earth and I cannot wait to go back.
Yeah.
when I first saw the Fellowship.
I
Cannot wait to go back.
I can believe that. Yeah.
So they didn't do any previews. They didn't do any coming soons. They didn't do anything like that, but they threw this up here for about a minute.
Oh God,
And,
yes.
right before the movie started. They threw this up for about 60 seconds. It was up there for about a minute.
That would have made me cry. That would have made me cry.
That is the other thing. While this kind of jogs my memory, the one thing I really had to commend too, because I love the creativity like that. The costume work on these films was phenomenal too.
Oh,
like really awesome.
was.
Really.
How can like, I mean, they had their own armory. How can you go from that? And they did that on a budget.
Yeah.
Guys, this was not like, oh my God, we're going to spend all this money. They were cutting cost as much as they could.
Mm-hmm.
And look how good it looks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Amazon, who's got all this money and all this power and all these resources. And it looks like shitty ass. It looks like a shitty, nasty ass.
Well, because, Weta and Jackson's team, they took the time to make the shit look like it would really look. And I don't mean just the proportions and the aesthetic. I mean, the shit looked old. When they put it on and they're out there, it looks like it was made for them. It was their armor. It had seen battle. It had seen, even though it was clean in some areas, you could still tell that armor had been beat on. That armor had been worked on.
Yeah,
that's time.
It's an excellent point. Yeah, really, because when you have stuff that looks real, like it looks like it's seen use, that's so much better. I mean, I know you could go looking, back in Rome and shit like that. You had your centurions who always had like their nicely polished stuff or whatever, but you got like your fellowship equivalent of the middle class people and your blue collar folks out there, and they're all wearing their grubby beat up shit because that's what they do. So when you see stuff now and it's like, we are ultimate warriors, no pun intended, but they come out and they're all like pristine, no scars or anything. It's like, well, who the hell have you beat up lately? Your shit looks brand new. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
That beautifully clean neoprene shit that they use for Rings of Power, it might aesthetically at first glance look good, but then when you start looking at it, you're like, well, number one, that dude's padding wouldn't hold up under an orc sword. It would be sliced through. And two, it looks like it just came off the manufacturing table.
Yep.
That is not what we want to see.
Yeah.
Why do y'all think one of the things that made Star Wars stand out so much more, not just the incredibleness of it, it was when you walk into the Millennium Falcon,
that looks like a piece of junk.
It's dirty on the walls, and it's like it looks like it's fucking lived in, and that it has seen some shit. It was reality. It even though it's all fantasy and all sci-fi, what is it that when we really connect, y'all fantasy and sci-fi lovers, when we really connect to something, what is it? It's because it takes us into the world. We believe we are there. We believe what we're seeing.
Yeah. Because I mean, you can have high fantasy, dark fantasy, sci-fi fantasy. You can have all that shit, which is great. But when they add those subtle touches of realism to it, it's so much better that way.
Yep.
In Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson was not afraid to get dirty with these films. You got to see it all, and it immerses you, and it never gets tiring. It never gets old.
Until we get to the 37 endings of Return.
Well, I don't know. I just smile and suck it up and go, wee!
I know we're at the top of the hour. So yeah, as a whole, guys, yes, I did enjoy the movies, the parts I remember not falling asleep through. But I mean, cinematography, the CG, even back then at the time, the fashion work, costume design, like, I mean, shit, the filming locations on set, like, my God, they were absolutely phenomenal to look at. And Arwyn said they captured the spirit of Tolkien better than what anyone had before. Yeah. So as a whole, yes, very enjoyable films. You just won't catch me doing marathons like, 4 or 5 times a year. But yeah.
There's one thing that I missed in Two Towers that we got in Fellowship. And I remember, before we get out of here, I'll tell this last story. I remember the first time I watched these with a friend of mine. And I mean, my friend is very much a dwarf, ladies and gentlemen. Because as soon as he saw Legolas and you have my bow, he's like, who's this pointy-eared woodland sprite? You know, you have my bow. You know? And then they're in Moria, and you see Legolas, and he's like, pew, and it follows
rapid
the arrow,
fire shit.
Boom, right through that guy's eye. You know, when he ends up falling down into the pit. And that's when my friend went, holy shit, I love this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, the fancy pointy-eared woodland sprite. You know?
When he takes out that, you know, those big friggin' mammoth type things, and then the dwarf, I forget his name. You know, Legolas doing his rapid fire stealth archer shit, and then, you know, Gimli over there goes, that still only counts as one.
You don't get as much of that. You don't get as much of that. I think the closest it comes is when he's sliding down the stairs on the orc shield, and he's like pew pew pew, and at the Battle of Helm's Deep. You don't really get a lot of him with that arrow view and all the badass trick shots, the impossible arrow shots he does in those movies. In the first one, you don't get as much in the second one. Now the third one, it's all kinds of crazy because he's like, oh, an elephant, huh? All right, bitch. Yeah.
Gravity at this point. He is defying fucking gravity.
So,
and if I could have one thing that I would change is, or that I would like to see, it doesn't ruin anything for me. I would love to see more conversations between Legolas and Gimli, because this incredibly beautiful relationship and friendship, this brotherhood, does form not just with the Fellowship, but out of those two. I would love to see it more little conversations the jokey stuff is amazing and I love it. But yeah, I would love to see a lot of things that the exchanges with Aragorn. I would like to see a little more with Gimli. But whatever, that's just how many more hours can we add to these films? Here, we'll throw in 30 more minutes of Legolas and Gimli bonding. I mean, at this point,
don't give them any ideas.
Exactly.
See the new super duper uber extended cut with all the shit that we scrapped.
Right,
there are hours. There are hours of footage.
It's like people do the marathons for the movies for 3 straight days, and then they do the extra features, which is another 4 days.
Exactly,
they could totally do that. They could. If they wanted to, they could release the hyper extended editions that are like 6 hours long a piece. They've got the footage to do it. So.
I mean, I won't give them any more ideas, but
well, because I mean, then you got to ask yourself, how much is too much? There'd be people that would be salivating and thought, yes, give us all the precious material, you know.
But I will say this, when I hear people bitch about a 2 or 2.5 hour movie nowadays, I'm like, are you kidding? That's the staple. Thank you, Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
That is the staple for a movie to be that long now. What is the problem?
That's the thing too. Yeah. Because I mean, if you go for a 2.5 hour movie and it feels like it, well, then that's a movie problem.
Right, right.
There's a problem with the creation of that whole thing. Like, was the story bad? Was the acting bad? What is making it feel like a 2.5, 3 hour movie? You know,
because a lot of them don't anymore. We're used to it. We're used to it.
Yep.
Yeah. Guys, we're getting out here. I want to thank Arwyn so very much. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Arwyn, for coming in. And guesting this morning and talking Lord of the Rings.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me anytime.
And thank my partner for doing this, because as soon as I said, hey, we're going to do Lord of the Rings, he was like, well, you can pick, you can replace me, right?
Okay, I won't drag it on. I told him behind the scenes, I said, you know what? I'm, again, the least qualified guy to discuss Lord of the Rings. If you have somebody better in mind, by all means, because, you know, I just want to say, I didn't want to sit here and just, you know, oh yeah, that's cool. But no.
I told him you're not going to just sit there and no. I want your opinion on this. Give us your honest opinion and let us know how you feel. You just because you don't agree with us doesn't mean that we're going to be like blasphemer.
We can't be friends anymore.
No, I mean it wasn't just that, but it's like
we're not leftists.
You go off and you're discussing lore and stuff, and it's like I don't know what that is. But anyway, bottom line, yes, the films were very enjoyable. Had I not fallen asleep through every single one of them, they might have been a little bit better. But
liked them more.
That's my fault. Just talking about, that 2.5 hours dragged on. No, that was not the film's fault. That was my fault. But as a whole, very enjoyable. And Arwyn, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Anytime, y'all.
Dave, I at least know what the Lord of the Rings are. I read the books, some of them, way back in the day, but
some of them.
Some of them.
That Tolkien's the author, not J.K. Rowling.
Yes,
you at least know that.
I am. Speaking of leftists,
yes, Lewis.
I am quite aware of where that line got drawn. Yeah, Rowling did the Harry Pothead.
Yes, yes. And C.S. Lewis did Narnia, so we've got all the stories straightened out now.
Oh God! If Loki calls me up next week and said, "Hey, we want to talk some Narnia next week," I'd be like, "That's it. I'm out. I don't know what you guys are doing anymore."
Oh, Narnia is amazing. Narnia is amazing.
They're making Aslan a homosexual in the new series.
Oh, shut it!
It has been confirmed. No, they. Oh yeah. I've already seen the. Oh yeah.
Oh God, make it lame and gay.
No, I'm not going to believe that until I actually see it. That is just so ridiculous. I can't even entertain it.
That's a scary thought.
He's gonna be humping other male lions as kids walk by.
This is how we become master of the pride, folks.
You tell you the secret of the deep magic.
That's when Simba comes in. No, Dad, no.
Gives it a whole new spin, doesn't it? Oh my God.
Hey, you are worthy.
That's right, Mark. Do not besmirch Narnia. Hell yeah, Narnia is amazing. I love it. I love
Put
it
a
as much
chicken
as Lord
in
of the
and
Rings. It's just a different
lame and gay. Yeah.
All right, we're getting out of here. We're gonna send y'all over to Mock and E Draws right now, who's in progress, because we went 7 minutes over. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you on the next Morning of Mischief ZeroHour. Have a great day, everybody.
We went overtime like Return of the King.
Hey, y'all.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.